Okay, this is the third game of the Tomb Kings. It's a 2,000 point game against size new High Elves. So we'll start off with Tomb Kings deployment. We've got 4 chariots with a standard, casket of souls, 20 archers with a standard, another 20 archers with a standard. Also the Hierophant there is level 4. Then we've got 22 Tomb Guard with a prince. They're full command, halberds. We've got a War Sphinx with the Fiery Roar upgrade. Then we've got 3 Necropolis Knights, they're just naked. Then a Screaming Skull Catapult and another Screaming Skull Catapult. We're playing Battle for the Pass, and we'll go over to Simon's deployment now.
Okay, this is my second game with High Elves. This is obviously 2000. On my left flank I have a Tyrannoc Chariot behind 5 Ellyrian Reavers. I have a unit of 20 Swordmasters, or 19 and a Skaven Assassin. Although he's the closest I've got to a Skaven Swordmaster, as they're a bit of a misnomer. We've got a proxied Tyrannoc Chariot. I've had to demote a Doom Wheel for this occasion, and he also happens to be the only painted model in my army, alas, but yeah, my army's new. We have a Dark Elf repeater bolt thrower, and a vintage one at that from the mid-90s. Killed many of Will Turner's High Elves, so I'm hoping it doesn't backfire and try and gank my High Elves. I've got a unit of 20 Loathen Sea Guards with my General, an Archmage, toting the Law of Life for hopeful dirtiness. I've got another 20 Loathen Sea Guard on my right flank, next to a unit of 5 Ellyrian Reavers, and then what is a unit of 5 Dragon Princes of Caledor plus the BSB, who's unfortunately I got bored last night and couldn't be asked and didn't assemble them. So next game I will have a fully assembled force, hopefully, if I don't job out again. So yeah, we've got to roll off to see who goes first, and then it'll be on to the first turn.
Okay, I won the roll to go first, so this is Tomb Kings turn 1. Yeah, everything just kind of shuffled about a bit. These guys shuffled sideways, these shuffled the other way. It's just mainly to get in range of these vanguarding cavalry. These guys just moved back a bit, and they stay where they are. Now in the magic phase, I tend to cast Desiccation, which is the D3 minus the movement on the Swordmasters, but used his scroll on that, so unfortunately I didn't get it off, but I did get rid of a scroll on the first turn. I threw a couple of dice into the casket because, well, they've got quite high leadership, so I didn't think the casket was going to be that overly useful. But in the end he dispelled it, and also cast Righteous Smiting on these guys, but that was dispelled as well. So not a great magic phase, but I did get rid of the scroll, so that was a bonus. And then in the shooting phase, these archers shot the fast cav that were there. Managed to kill, I think, 4 of them.
No, that was the chariots that killed.
Oh yeah, the chariots. With 8 shots, I killed 4 guys. Now, if you do the math on that, that's almost impossible. But you know, averages can kiss my arse when it comes to things like that.
Well, to be fair, the shooting did actually average itself out.
Yeah.
I sat and thought about it, and you got a few more. It was only my averages that failed.
Yeah, he didn't make a single saving throw because the other unit here shot the other cav, killed. I think 3 of them, yeah. They run off, and then these guys just finished off the last guy who was over here. So then the catapults fired, both at the Swordmasters. One scattered, managed to kill 1 Swordmaster and clip the chariot, but didn't cause any wounds, and the other one just scattered miles off. So and that was the end of the turn. So not a bad turn, you know, things were out of range, so kind of had to shoot the cav anyway, but pretty happy. So we'll see you at the end of High Elves turn 1.
Okay, the end of High Elf turn 1. Tyrannoc Chariot has moved up. Swordmasters have surged forward with their banner of swiftness. The other Tyrannoc Chariot has moved up, although he was rather disappointed at only having a crappy bow. and wasn't able to do anything in the shooting phase. The Loathen Sea Guards with Mage have scarpered up, as have the other Loathen Sea Guards. The Ellerillium Reavers reformed, and have moved up behind the Dragon Princes and the Noble, who are making steady advance. So basically, I'm trying to get in Ollie's face ASAP before I get it shot off. So yeah, I jibbed a few skeletons, he jibbed a few elves, so it's pretty much on as even at the moment. So yeah, it's on to Tomb King's turn 2.
Okay, end of Tomb King's turn 2. The archers just moved back a bit. There was I declared a charge on the Dragon Princes with the Necropolis Knights. As you can see, that didn't end well. I managed to kill 2 of the Dragon Princes, but they just rolled like a boss, and even with their strength 3, managed to kill 2 knights outright before they even got to attack. And the Steeds did a wound on the other one, and then they just crumbled through combat res. The Sphinx failed the charge as well. It needed a 9 or something, so it was pretty unlikely. But it was worth a try. Really needed him in there as well, I think. But at least I know about the knights now that they shouldn't charge Dragon Princes. Did some shooting, fired at the Sword Masters. I think I killed a couple of them. The catapults missed completely at the Sword Masters again. Cast a few spells, managed to get desiccation on these guys with Irresistible Force. So the movement was reduced by 2, which was quite good. Took a wound on the priest and lost a couple of archers. And that's pretty much it. All the other spells failed to cast. I think I lost 3 from the power pool. But yeah, so another bust of a magic phase. But I did get a spell off, so gave Irresistible Force. And all the pleasure it brings after the miscast as well. So yeah, that's the end of Tomb King's turn 2.
Okay, end of High Elf turn 2. The Tyrannok Chariot has moved up on the left flank some more. I didn't decide to risk the Swordmasters. I did think about it, but I think had I managed, it was probably a good job as well, because I was going to risk it and then try and get off the regrowth. But as it happened, regrowth didn't happen because I gashed my magic phase up totally. So it's just as well, because if I'd lost some more dudes there, then that would have seriously hurt the Swordmasters. This chariot, I forgot that it had swift stride. I'm not used to Doom Wheels being able to move quite like that, so I missed out a charge on the skeleton archers. But yeah, next time. So basically, all the rest of the stuff has moved up. These have moved into short firing range. I managed to get 4 up regen on them. Yeah, these guys have moved up. All the cavalry on the right flank has kind of has moved up past the battle line. So we're now kind of into getting towards rear guard territory, which is quite nice. So yeah, it's the movement wise is alright, but I'm still not doing too many casualties with me shooting, which, fair enough. I'm not really going to outshoot Tomb Kings, I don't think, at this point in time. I've not really got enough to be able to manage it. That, and I suck at rolling 4+s to do anything. But yeah, basically, Magic Phase was potentially, could have been awesome, but I had to roll a double 1 for one of the castings. But at least I got me 4 up regen on my mage and his unit, so that's not so bad. So yeah, it's on to Tomb King's turn 3 now.
Right, end of Tomb King's turn 3. These guys just kind of, well, they moved accordingly because I was a bit worried about this chariot over here. So I've tried to move out of its line of sight kind of thing. Kind of paid off. But anyway, these guys reface, just face the Dragon Princes. Let's stay where they are. Sphinx charged into these Loathen Sea Guard. The Tomb Guard charged into the Loathen Sea Guard that were there. In the shooting phase, these guys managed to nick a wound off the chariot, as did these guys. The 2 catapults, one fired at the chariot, missed, the other one fired at the the Sword Masters managed to, I think, kill one, didn't I?
You hit 10 and killed one.
Yeah, that's quite depressing. But you know, at least the hit was rolled, even if it was useless. These guys fired at the Dragon Princes. Actually managed to kill one, which is pretty nice. In close combat, the magic phase, managed to cast 5-up ward on the Tomb Guard, and I think my Roger Smiting was dispelled. And then in close combat, the Sphinx charged into these guys, and he just used everything, including his breath weapon. Absolutely slaughtered. Yeah, he managed to do a wound on me, and then I managed to do, how many wounds was it? I think 13.
Yeah, you got 13 in total. Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're still steadfast, so they held. But in other news, my Tomb Guard charged into the Logan Sea God, who had the High Elf General in. And through some killing blows, I managed to actually cap his wizard. He had a 4-up ward, but unfortunately managed to fail it.
Every time.
Every time.
I've never had a 4-up ward.
Yeah. So he died. So that's a bit of a shame. So I managed to win the combat through that and killing some more guys. Managed to overrun him. I think he killed 3 in return. So yeah, that was a result. That could be pivotal. We'll have to see. But yeah, so really good turn. Really happy with the Tomb Guard. It's the first time I've actually managed to do something useful other than getting killed by rats. So yeah, nice one. And that's the end of Tomb King's turn 3.
Okay, after such a good third turn from Ollie, I needed one back. Didn't do too bad, but don't think it's quite enough. But we shall see. Basically, this chariot charged in, and he managed to jib an entire chariot through wounds and combat res. I would have preferred him to have done maybe a little bit more, but I'll have to live with that. Over here, Swordmaster's moved up, really suffering from me not taking the risk. I half wonder whether I probably should have done, because they could have at least by now been carving up those undead. I mean, I might have got lucky and maybe only lost a couple, and then I might have got even luckier still and managed to heal them back, but you know, shit happens. But things aren't going amazingly great there, but I did manage to get a charge on the charioteers in with the other chariot into there. Sorted out that unit nicely, although I could have done with ganking his wizard, but yeah, not quite enough wounds. So yeah, unfortunately he still lives, which is going to be a big problem next round. This bolt thrower, frankly, I'm wondering whether there's much point in taking at the moment, because what they do, I really don't rate them. They used to be great back in the day when that was kind of one of the best artillery pieces, as I recall. But nowadays, when there's just so much better out there, they're kind of a bit pissy average. So yeah, that's not doing too much. I'm currently getting stared down by a big old unit of Tomb Guard. Over here, I tried to get a charge in with Reavers, but I've missed out by 1 inch. Story of my bloody life. And yeah, with that kind of went the best chance of me ganking his wizard. Unfortunately, these guys, all they could really do was move up, and obviously with this guy just managing to hand out so much slaughter in the last couple of turns, I couldn't stand up long enough to keep him out. So they're going to get flank charged no matter what, pretty much. So I'm a bit bollocksed. So yeah, it's all sort of looking at a little bit downhill for the High Elves. There's a possibility of a jammy win, but I've got to get lucky. So yeah, we'll have to see how next turn goes. So yeah, on to Tomb King's turn 4.